Hello everyone, my name is Tina, welcome back to my channel. So as you can already tell by the title, today I will be talking about things that I love about England and why I decided to live here. So I've already done a video with 8 things that I don't like about England. If you haven't seen that, you can go check it out. If you don't already know, I came to England in 2014 in August. I only came here for a change of experience. I thought I'll just come for like 6 months or maybe 1 year maximum and I'll just go back home. I'm Romanian. My boyfriend Pam is Polish. Everyone's asking me if I'm Polish, but no, I'm Romanian. He is Polish, so yeah, I don't speak Polish, he doesn't speak Romanian. We know, like, we're learning like a few words here and there, but yeah, straight away there you can see enough reasons why we couldn't really go back to either Romania or Poland. I would have never thought that I would actually end up living here for so long, and yeah, I don't have any plans on going back to Romania. And then I'll go with you guys through all the other major reasons why I decided to stay here. So just keep in mind that I will be talking mainly about the Lake District. I've been living here since day one. I moved like houses every year, like from one area to another, but I've never actually left the Lake District. So my biggest reason, my number one reason why I love living in the Lake District is because of the people. So the people in the Lake District, and here I'm talking about the locals, not the tourists, because obviously it's a lot of tourists here, it's a tourist attraction, but the locals here are so nice. Everyone is just so polite, so friendly, that it's just so relaxing to live here. So for example, if I walk down the street and I just like make eye contact with someone on the street, they will smile and say hello, even though I have no idea who that person is. Everyone's really friendly. It's really common for people to hold the door for you, to open the door for you, stuff like that. Or like, as I mentioned also in the previous video, is that the streets here are really narrow, so it can be quite tricky to drive here. But the nice thing is that people do not really push so much to like squeeze first. So for example, if a car is coming and you see it like on the other side of the street, either you or the other car quickly pulls somewhere and just let you pass, and they just flash the lights that you can pass, and you like flash your lights back to them or like say thank you. People always say thank you, like they say thank you for everything. Let's say I want to cross the street and there's not even like a zebra or crossing sign or anything, and a lot of times people just stop and let you pass, and they're not stressed, they do not honk at you and all that stuff. Only obviously if you jump in front of the car they will honk. So one really good example I can give you is one day I was feeling really bad. I had so many problems, it's like piling on top of each other all at once. I got a lot of really bad news, and I just was feeling like I'm suffocating. I really wanted to call in sick, not go to work that day. My boyfriend was going to work, so I'd have been home by myself. So somehow I decided to go to work because I don't really like to call in sick. Since I started this job, I've never called in sick. I'm not the type of person to call in sick. Even if I'm actually really sick, if I can still work, I will still go and do my job. If they decide to send me home because you look like shit, just can you please go home, then I'll go home. But if I feel that I can work, it's like, no, it's fine. But the most amazing thing actually happened, and that is in about an hour or so I realized that I was actually smiling, I was happy, and I was goofing around my colleagues. They were trying to make me smile, they were trying to be so helpful, everyone was like so nice that I just felt so happy that I am surrounded with such wonderful people. So having so many people be nice and polite to you and smile, or if they can help you, if you need a hand or anything. And even if you do have people that are maybe a bit stressed and they complain or something, you would have other people which are like looking at you, maybe even apologizing for the other person, or just like roll their eyes and just be good to you, like don't bother, it's like he has his own issues, nothing to do with you. So people in general are really nice, and you can tell by their face a lot of times if someone's being rude to someone else, that everyone is like, oh my god, why did he have to make a scene here, or why did, you know. So by the end of the day, when my boyfriend came to pick me up, I was so happy, and I was like telling him about my day and how much we like had fun and we goofed around, and how like obviously how hard we worked and that we finished this and how many tests I managed to finish, and I was feeling so excited and so happy. And then I was thinking, what if I stayed home that day? Another really great example is when I go shopping. So for example, in January I've been to Poland on a holiday with Chris and we did quite a bit of shopping, and people in general are always in a rush, always brushing you off. When I go out shopping, I like to enjoy my day, to walk, to see stuff. For example, I was waiting in a line to pay for something, and then a girl in the back was holding some clothes as well, waiting to pay for the clothes, and like kept touching me and like kept spinning around and talking with her friend and kept like elbowing me. And every line that I stayed, if I had someone behind me or like next to me, they were always constantly like pushing. Why can't you leave my private bubble to myself? So for example, here in England I've only experienced that once. I was in a pharmacy waiting in line and there was an old lady. She did seem a little bit weird. She constantly like was touching me with her basket on my butt, and the people behind saw that. If I was like, you know what, if she would have asked me like, sorry, I'm in a rush or something, could you let me like go first or something like that, I was in a rush, so I would have just said yeah, that's fine. But what she decided to do is just like keep pushing her basket in me. So as a proper Romanian that I am, I didn't budge. After I paid and I was like putting my shopping in my purse, the couple behind the lady came to me to apologize for the lady's behavior, because they wanted to tell me that they witnessed what she was doing, and oh my god, they were so infuriated that she kept invading my private bubble. They even called it private bubble as well. So they were so infuriated that she was like touching me, and she was like, why? I saw that she was like constantly touching you with her basket, and like, oh my god, and they were apologizing for her, and I was like, it's fine. I wanted to say that's the first time that actually happened, and that was after like 3 years of living here, so yeah, it was actually funny. And even if people, let's say they are stressed and they're in a rush, usually what they do, they look at the cashier and they're like trying to show them that they are in a rush, or like they fidget a bit, but they will never touch the person in front of you. I can give you so many examples like this. Like for example, you go to supermarkets, they will not try to rush you. They will basically scan kind of as fast as you can pack. So for example, if they scan really fast, you feel the need to quickly put them in the basket or like to pack your stuff really fast. But they actually scan at your pace. So if I want to maybe chat a bit with the person at the cashier, or like I'm packing slow, or if it's an old person, like obviously they will even like pack her stuff, maybe even take her stuff to the freaking car. So yeah, that's also quite common for the cashier to actually help, or to ring a colleague and say, can you take her shopping please, like can you help her please and take her shopping to the car. It makes you also want to help people and be nice to people around you. Okay, number 2 on my list for reasons why I love living here is shocking, the lakes. So there's so many lakes here, so many varieties, from like really small lakes or ponds, or like fishing ponds, or all sorts of like rivers where you can just relax or just have a walk, or maybe go with your dog, or just have a barbecue, take pictures or whatever you want, listen to the birds or whatever you want to do, sunbathe. Like the biggest lake, which is Windermere Lake, I'm not quite sure, but it's about 18 kilometers long. So it is the biggest natural lake in England. And if it's windy outside, for example, you even have like some small waves which kind of make you feel like you're next to the sea, like the sounds of waves and everything can be so relaxing, so beautiful. You have so many cruises and boats here. You can take like a ferry instead of a bus if you want to go somewhere. It's really nice, especially if you love boats. I really love it here in the spring, summer and fall. I think it's really amazing. Okay, so number 3 on my list is the forest. Even though I love the water, I love the lakes, and like I love the seas and stuff like that, I still feel more at peace when I'm like in a forest or walking through a park. I'm just more at peace when I hear the birds chirping in the trees, and when I just look like at the leaves blowing in the air. And the amazing thing about the Lake District is that you have so much diversity here. because it's raining so much, the trees and everything here is absolutely stunning. You have like plants that normally in Romania you would buy them for your flat, and here you have them outside growing like a, I don't know, like your bush in front of the house, or like your live fence or stuff like that. You have so many flowers. So starting from the spring you have like daffodils and snowdrops growing everywhere, like even alongside the roads. Like if you drive the car in spring you will see everywhere full of like yellow daffodils. So you have daffodils how we have in Romania, papadi, and people do not pick them, which is another amazing thing. If like tourists come and pick the flowers, everyone will look at them really cross, or maybe someone will even tell them, because they are not there for you to pick, they are there to make the place beautiful so everyone can enjoy it. Now if everyone will start picking the flowers, then yeah, basically it's nothing left. You can find daffodils to buy and they're actually quite cheap. And then from there on it's like every 2 weeks different flowers bloom, and until late fall you will still have flowers, and you have so much variety of flowers, so many colors. You have like huge trees covered in flowers, it's just ridiculous. And then in the fall you have the most amazing change of colors in trees. I cannot extend to how beautiful everything here is. And one thing which I really love, for example, if I go with the bus, they have like the 2 levels, and you go through the forest, and they do not cut the trees next to the road. What they do, they actually cut the branches like in perfect squares, just enough so like a bus with 2 levels or like a big truck can go through without hitting the trees, and it just looks amazing. So yeah, I really love this national park, it's really beautiful. Number 4 on my list would be the transportation, and in particular the trains. So again, if you're Romanian, you know what I'm talking about. We have trains delayed like for hours and hours at times. The one thing that you do not have here is that the trains in the night stop working at about 11 or 12 depending which part of the country you are. But I think that's a good thing, because in Romania it can be quite scary sometimes, especially if you're traveling by yourself. Some stations are really scary if you have to get off, or they have breaks for like freaking half an hour or 1 hour, and you have all sorts of people coming on the train and getting off the train, and you don't know if they're staying or if they're just like maybe looking to steal something or just scare the crap out of you. So here, when you have like 1 minute or like 5 minutes delay, everyone's like, oh my god, it's like delayed. Oh yeah, boo-hoo. If the train is delayed and you need to change the train to take another one. If you missed that one, you can take another one, and you don't really have to pay for another ticket if it's the same company, because basically their train was delayed, so that's why, yeah, you had to take the next train. So that's really nice. It's also really nice that you can actually buy a train ticket on the train without being like picked on, like why you didn't buy it sooner, without them thinking that you just wanted to cheat the system or something. So that's again really nice. And also, if you know in time where you want to go, you have so many apps which are so freaking easy to use, and you always can find like some kind of offers, or like split the tickets if you have to change the trains, and maybe buy them separately and buy them for really cheap. So for example, I bought a train ticket for £11 instead of 34, because I bought it a few weeks earlier because I knew I'm going on a holiday. So yeah, I also like that you have so many different companies, so you can like choose like a cheaper train ticket or a more expensive train ticket. If you want, I don't know, faster trains, you can buy a more expensive ticket from a different company and get there faster, like direct route. Or if you want cheaper, you can go with like cheaper companies and maybe change the trains, which will take you longer. But if you're not bothered and you want to save some money, you have options, which is really convenient. So number 5, I think, was it? The safety in the Lake District. So I feel way safer walking by myself on the street here, or like in the night if I want to go out and buy something, or if I came late from work. I feel much safer here than I felt back home. In Romania I never really felt secure to walk on the street, especially in the night by myself, or even if I was with a friend. A lot of time I was picked on, I was followed home quite a few times, which yeah, can be quite scary. And I always felt the need to either be on the phone or like call somebody to pick me up. It's not really safe to walk on the streets by yourself in the night. You have a lot of gangs, and it's like a lot of people which feel the need to show their masculinity or balls or whatever. Here that doesn't really happen. I don't remember ever being like catcalled, for example, on the street. By a British person, maybe by a different nationality, yeah. Maybe someone said like, how you doing, but that's about it. So I feel way more at ease to walk on the streets here. I was finishing work and going home by myself with no problems really. Well, except the job which I had to go through that street, which was no lights there, which was a bit scary, but still no one ever picked on me there, so yeah, it's scary to be in the dark, but then yeah. Obviously I'm still like being careful and all of that, but it's way more relaxing to just go out for a walk, or just if I have to buy something I can easily go to the shop and buy something. I'm not scared to go out on the street. So yeah, I feel really at ease here. No one ever picked on me, so I was like, I've never really experienced that since I came here, which is really amazing. Again, in the Lake District I did experience it in Birmingham. Basically, I was just going from the train station to a bus station, and I was followed for about 10 minutes or maybe even more by a guy which kept like insisting that I will go to a party with him, and I told him to fuck off. Yeah, that was a very stupid thing to do, but then still I didn't know how to get rid of him. So yeah, in Birmingham I did see quite a lot of gangs on the street, and again I'm not talking about British, I'm talking about other nationalities which I will not mention. So number 6 on my list is a bit more sensitive one, but obviously everyone knows that another reason for me being here is also because of the salary, which gives me a more decent life here, more decent living. So I have a normal job. I don't really have like a wow extraordinary job or anything, it's just a simple job, but then I can have a really decent life here. So I can pay my rent, even though where I live the rent is expensive as hell. I still have money for like my bills, for everything that I need for the house, and also for myself, or if I want to go on a holiday or stuff like that. And I do have friends which maybe smoke a lot or drink a lot or stuff like that, and yeah, they kind of go from one salary to another, but I think it also helps that I don't smoke, so all of that money I can actually save. Yeah, I've never really had a problem. I always managed to have savings, and if I wanted to go on a holiday I could. If I wanted to buy like some nice clothes or makeup or whatever, dye my hair, I can afford to do all of that and not be concerned from one month to another that do I have enough money to pay my bills. So having that ease of mind to not constantly think on what I can spend my money, and if I can buy this month, and what if I buy this and then I don't have money for my rent or my bills, or it's like maybe I should pay first my bills and see what I'm left with and then go do my grocery shoppings, and then if I have anything left. No, I do not have that problem here. I'm not saying that a lot of people don't, but again, as I was saying, I do not really go out that much. If I want to have a drink, I either go to my friends or I invite my friends over. I go out every here and there, or I like going out with Chris to a restaurant or something every here and there, but if I want a party, I would rather invite my friends over and buy some drinks from the shop, which is like 5 times cheaper than going to a bar. So yeah, I don't really spend a lot of money on stuff like that, and because I don't smoke and neither does Chris, maybe some people won't like it, like won't agree with this, that I'm a foreigner and I came here to work because it's a better pay. But to be honest, I didn't really come for a better pay. When I came to England, I just came here to just get rid of all the things that I was going through back home, and just because I was so lost, and as I was saying, I had no idea what to do with my life, and I just wanted like a break to try something new and see what I am capable of and take it from there. So I never really thought about the money. I came here because I know English, I love English, I grew up with English, I read books in English, even though my grammar still sucks sometimes, but yeah. But I work a normal job, I pay all my taxes, I pay my bills in time, I'm never late, I do not have any help or anything. And Chris has his full-time job. We're both serious people and we work our butts off to earn the money that we have. I don't come here to work to send money back home, so the money that I have, mostly I spend them here, or obviously if I go on holiday somewhere else. All the money that I'm earning are for myself and for living in England. Right, that got really serious really fast. I don't know, who's this number 6 or 7? I lost count. So whichever. Another reason that I love living here is the variety of food, restaurant, and the variety of people that you have here. Because we are in a tourist attractions, you have so many restaurants and such a big variety of restaurants, pubs, coffee shops, and all sorts, from like obviously British to Italian, French, I don't know, all sorts of Asian restaurants, Indian, whatever you want, just name it and you will find it, so you can never get bored. I love trying out new foods and new things. I also love it that, for example, if I go in an Indian restaurant, chances are that an Indian person is working there, or if I go in a Chinese restaurant, big chances are that Chinese are working there. So I really love that. It's really easy to meet people from other countries. I had colleagues from Czech, Poland, Italy, from France, from Spain, from everywhere basically. So it's really nice to meet so many people, and you have a lot of things in common to talk about, even though they're from other countries. We all came here in England and we are all going through this different journey. It's really interesting to see different points of views and how people grew up in other countries and how their life was, or stuff like that. Right, so that's about it for today. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to like my video if you enjoy watching it, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and if you'd like me to make a particular video about something, I would be more than happy to. And if you like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you also have a bell button next to it if you want to receive my notifications. Let's just all share our experiences working abroad, and let me know from which country you're coming from, if you've ever been to England, if you're considering coming here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye! As you can already tell by the title, today I'll be talking about